Hi everybody, how's it going? So it's Mullerman1234 here. Um, First of all, this is our Christmas tree. That's my organ. So, I thought it would be a nice day, and to really give an in-depth tour of the organ. I did turn it on, but I'm not gonna play it at the moment, because the baby we babysit for is sleeping, and I'm gonna give a review of it. So it fills the house well. I pretty much keep the volume all the way up. Um, it has 14 speakers. Um, it's got 20 speakers actually to it, including the spare one that's in the basement. Alright, let's get started. I just have to come to this side. So, that is not part of it. That is. So, let's see. So, this one is actually hooked up to, for the pedal notes, starting high and going low for the bass. And these are the volumes. So if you see this one controls, on the left controls the one for the pedals and for the grate, which is this keyboard. I'll explain that later. So this one is huge. It is a few feet wide, and it's very heavy, and it really sends the bass to the house with vibrations. Um, this speaker does the swell, which is the top one. So there are 6 speakers in here. And it's all connected to these things here. It's connected to that board though there, which controls and it's connected to a wire back there, which plugs into the organ and the outlet. So over here we look at this speaker, which controls the swell, which is the top keyboard. And I'm sorry, I missed these small speakers on the top. So there are 10 speakers in each one, so that's 20. So this organ has 22 speakers for it. So, and same thing, it's hooked up to the wires and it goes back behind there to the organ. So if we were to lift this up, we can't because there's a lot of stuff in it, but if we were to do that, you would find just the controls and the things for these and stuff. So, and I'm not being clear on what they are yet because I'm just kind of working on the outside going in. It has a roll top cover, so to do that, you have to lift this music cover up, and that comes out of these notches, and it folds down, and then this just comes down like that. So this is I don't know exactly how old it is or anything, but it looks like it's a little bit older. It is a Rogers organ. Let's see. Yeah, it's by Rogers. Those are good organs. This is for the power. So off, on, which turns off the light up there, as well as the one down there. Memory set. So these things down here are called pistons, and they range from, so these are transposers. So if you were to start here, this is what's normally at. You press a key, it goes at the normal sounds, and that keeps going lower as you push these. So these don't do anything with these. These are called stops. Some people call them tabs, but they're stops. Some of them you pull out from the side, some of them you push. These you push down like that. And that just goes up again. Now, these range, so there are called ones that are called general pistons, and there are ones that are called, I don't know, but these ones down here just do the pedal. So if I press one, like 4, it does that. 3, that doesn't have anything. 2 doesn't have anything, and 1 does. So it changes the registration. These down here are just for the grate. So 1 does those 2. 2 does those 3. And I didn't set these. These were preset by, well, maybe that one I did, but this button here means full organ. So that would mean, if you notice, if I press this, that's red, so that means full organ with all the stops, except all the stops aren't pushed in. I would have to do that by hand, but it will play full organ if I push that button. So swell. Okay, so grate is the bottom keyboard. That's what they call that. That's the grate one. The top one is called the swell. And if you had another one, it would be the choir. There are also special shoes you can wear for the organ, which have a pointed toe, as well as a heel. And those are specifically meant for the organ, those types, so that with your feet you can do heel-toe, or bounce on your heel or your toe. These are the general ones. So 5, you'll notice. Okay, so those only did the grate and the pedal, because that's a very mellow sound. See that? So those are generals. They do set for both the swell and the grate. This is the cancel button, so if you hit it, it cancels all the stops. This button does not work on this organ. Maybe it's not hooked up, I don't know, but this is called Zimbal, and it will do a series of chimes when you push it, and it won't stop until you push it to turn it off, but doesn't do anything on this organ. Not manual. These are more generals, so 1, I don't use the ones here very much. I use mainly 8 and 7, and sometimes 6 and sometimes 5, but mainly 8, and then I'll add things on. So usually I'll start out, say I'm playing a hymn, right, or a Christmas carol. I'll start out on 8, so that does these. Then I'll add this one, usually. I'll put on this one, which couples the swell to the swell, so it does extra. Let's see, then I will hit 7. And then once that's done again, I'll hit swell, swell. Next verse, I'll hit an oboe. I'll do a clarinet and then a trumpet. Then I'll do something. This one here is called crescendo, and it'll add in more stops that we don't know about if you start hitting it up. So I'll do that, and then if it really goes, I'll hit that, and finally that button. Cancel it all out. So and then these generals are more just, I do use this one often, number 4. Talking about stops and registrations. The way you register stops is you hit a few stops that you like. I'm just going to do random. You hit the set button. Oh, I'll do down here actually. Set button. And then you hold that, and hang on. Hold the set button and press that button, then let one off that time. Then if you press that, it's set. If you want to unset registration, so let's say I press that. What you have to do is hold these up and then press the button, and then it's unset. Talking about organs don't have weighted keys like pianos do, and they also don't have sustain pedals, so you have to try to make all the notes legato instead of, and because you don't have to play down here, since like a piano you do stuff like that, but with an organ you pretty much all play up here and make the notes closer and more legato. And trills are pretty easy to do on the organ. And then let's see here, what else? Oh yeah, so registrations. So the reason why it's important if you're singing with a choir, you don't want to put on Celeste, because they make like a just slight enough that could throw off the person who's singing. So what you usually want to do, once you I'm gonna give each of these a little tap. I don't want to do much because 16 foot, very deep, 8 foot, 4 foot, and it keeps going 2 foot, and it just keeps going up octaves when you push 8 foot. So usually what you want to do is a couple 8 foots, a 4 foot, 2 foot. Sometimes I'll use this. So that's how I would register the top manual, and sometimes I would even put this one on. These kind of just, so say what these do, mixture I will use in cymbal, but what that does, like if I push, it's like a mixture, like that's a better example. So like if I push 2 notes, that's pretty much what that does. So see, I would register 8 foot and some 4 foots and probably a 2 foot even. Leave the stronger ones off. Maybe put on a swell to swell. Don't put on anything that's gonna be tremulity or anything that goes makes that type of thing. I don't mess with these. They don't do much. Going down to the swell. You don't need 2 strings that sound very similar, so I do one like that, an octave, that. If it's a hymn, I'll do mixture. Sometimes I'll do a horn. I'll usually do the great to great, swell to great, leave the 4 foot off. For the pedal, I like deep sounds, so I would do this. 3 16 foots gives a very bassy sound. Maybe an 8 foot, and sometimes another 16 foot. And that's always good to couple the swell to pedal. So that's how you register an organ. But usually, like if I want to do quieter sound, like for example, communion meditation or whatever, Celestes are good, so like that. That's a pretty good sound. So that's how I'd register it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Organs are, you always want to start on the piano, but organs are amazing. They have like really rich, amazing sound. And for the pedals, actually, you know what? I should get out a piece of music for. Okay, so with pedal, let me just pause first. Okay, so I'm Catholic. These are some Protestant hymns, some of them that were given to us by friends, and I do play through them sometimes. They're nice hymns. Okay, so let me just give one. So for, like, people probably know this one. So for this one, all you have to do, sometimes you can play these top notes. That just tells you like the chord. But it's fun sometimes to play this in your right hand, so that gets playing your right hands. This top note, these top notes get playing your left hand. The bottom notes get played in the bass. So that's how organ music works. Sometimes I'll give you a little example. I'll pull it out. I'll play ones like they're just like that with the chords on the top, and I'll just play them and it's fine. But yeah, so that's the organ. It's an amazing instrument, and I just will encourage you to take piano first. But organs are pretty amazing, and I'm blessed to have one in my house, a real church organ. And the piano's upstairs. But yeah, it's really a good blessing, and so yeah. So we'll turn it off here. Alright, everybody, so that's pretty much it. That's it for today. We have still no snow outside, but it has gotten colder, so hopefully we'll get snow soon. Probably mid-January it'll start. Beginning to mid-January, I would think. So yeah. Like, comment, and subscribe below, and thank you for watching.